Welcome to the Painting Coach, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to paint the brand new Krieg Heavy Weapons team. A huge thank you to Games Workshop for sending me these models out early. I'm going to show you how to paint each one of the 3 options in the kit, and I've also got other videos to show you how to paint the crew, so we're going to focus on the weapons. Let's get painting. So to get started, I've primed everything with Chaos Black spray, and you'll notice that the crew are not actually on the bases at the moment. Keep them separate because otherwise they're going to be really difficult to paint. And the first thing we're going to do is get that bluey grey colour on. I'm going to start that with some Dark Reaper. So I'm going to paint all of the elements that I want to be that bluey grey with the Dark Reaper. So we're looking at the blast shields. We're looking at the parts of the carriage as well. If you're not sure, just check the box art. Now, when I'm applying this Dark Reaper, I've thinned it down a little bit, and you can see it's not covering fantastically well. That's absolutely fine, because what we're looking to do is build up a little bit of a rough weathered texture on all of these elements. Once that Dark Reaper's dry, don't worry about it being nice and even. We're going to go in with some Thunderhawk Blue, and we're going to paint over exactly the same part of the model. Again, I'm not getting a nice solid opaque base coat here. I just want to get the Thunderhawk Blue cover all over these elements, because we're going to start to build up the colors a little bit more once we've given them a shade after the next step. So work your way around all over the carriage, getting those bluey grey bits done with the Thunderhawk Blue. Once that's all dry, I'm going to give it a wash with some Nuln Oil. Now, the key with the Nuln Oil here is to not let it pool too heavily in any recesses or at the bottom of any elements. I am going to paint over all of the parts that I've already painted with Thunderhawk Blue. So just be careful, particularly around the blast shields, it doesn't settle too much. Once that Nuln Oil is completely dry, we're going to start to build up that bluey grey colour significantly more. And the colour I use for this is Russ Grey. As you can see, I've got one of my Artist Opus Series D dry brushes, and I'm going to stipple the Russ Grey all over the undercarriage. Now, I will have to swap to a smaller brush to get into those nooks and crannies, but generally we just want to build this up nice and slowly across the model, leaving the darker colours in all of the recesses and where we're going to expect to see some weathering. So again, if you're not sure how to do that, just check the box art. Once you've got that layer of Russ Grey down, I'm just going to go back in with some Nuln Oil just to put a little bit more shading on that I perhaps covered up. So around things like the Aquila we've got on the one blast plate, around all the kind of the studded rivets as well, and into any joints that we may have already spilt. Now, this isn't a huge job, so don't take too much time doing this. If you're a little bit messy, that's okay too. Next up, I'm going to add some rust to the model, and the colour I use for that is Doombull Brown. Now, it's worth saying that this is heavily thinned down with water. It's probably 3 or 4 parts water in comparison to just a little bit of Doombull Brown. We want it nice and thin, and we don't want too much on the brush. And generally, I'm just going to work this into those areas where I think rust may start to show. And again, if you're not sure, check the box art for the weathering. So particularly around some of the rivets, we're going to just draw some lines going down across the middle of those blast shields as well. You can stipple some of it on there. And the other thing you can do as well is just run it into some of the joints and some of the recesses, because this should flow quite nicely. And it'll just give you a nice bit of warmth against that cold grey blue as well. It's always better to start off with a little bit and add more than it is to add loads on in the first place. Once that's dry, I want to add a little bit more fresh rust colour on there. And the colour for this is Skrag Brown. Again, this is going to be very thinned down, 3 or 4 parts water to 1 part Skrag Brown, not much on my brush. And I want to try and paint this inside the Doombull Brown from the previous step. Now, even though it'll go on quite bright, as it dries, it will blend into the colour underneath. So again, start off sparingly, and you can always go back in and add more. And whilst I'm putting on the rivets and inside some of the rust streaks, I am also going to run it into some of the recesses as well, just to give that nice rusty colour. To finish off all those bluey grey areas, I'm going to give it a nice stark highlight, and the colour I'm using for this is Fenrisian Grey. Generally, most of these elements are fairly angular, so you can just drag your brush along the side of the model to get those nice crisp highlights. Just make sure you haven't got too much on your brush and you've got a nice fine tip. We'll base all of the silver next, and the colour I'm using for this is dark aluminium from Vallejo Metal Colour. If you haven't got this, you can use Lead Belcher from Citadel or Surcoat Silver from Two Thin Coats, whichever your favourite metal colour is. Just be careful around those elements we've already finished, but we're looking to do things like the wheels, the weapon barrels, any of the weapon mechanisms, and of course the stand on the carriage. So just take your time with this. We'll go back to Nuln Oil to shade all of the silver metallics. Now, take your time because you are going to be going around areas you have already finished. So you just need to be a little careful that you don't spill any. If you do, just clean your brush and soak some up really quickly so that it doesn't stain too much. Again, we're looking to do the wheels, the weapon mechanisms, and of course the stands. To highlight the metal, the first thing I've done is gone back to dark aluminium. I'm just stippling this and dry brushing it across the model using one of my Series D dry brushes because I don't want to go in too bright with a highlight to start with. I want to just make the highlight a little bit more gradual, and particularly on some elements where I've maybe let the Nuln Oil pool too much, this is a nice easy way to clean it up. We'll finish the metal highlights by just dry brushing some chrome across the top of things like the barrels, dragging it across the wheel as well, just to get a nice crisp highlight there. And that'll really help to set it off before we weather all of it. So to weather the wheels and give them that rusty look and any other parts of the metal that you want to add some rust to, we're going to do it exactly the same way we did the rust on the bluey grey elements. So we're going to take some very thin Doombull Brown and we're going to run this into the recesses. Again, it's much easier to put a little bit on and then go back and add more than it is to completely cover these elements with the Doombull. Where we want some brighter elements of rust, again, we'll go back to the Skrag Brown and we'll just drop this over the Doombull. And it'll, like I said, it'll be quite bright to start with, but as it dries, it will start to blend down. Now, for the Krieg Heavy Flamer, we need to paint some of the goldy, brassy elements, and we need to put some heat on there as well. So the first thing we're going to do is take some Balthasar Gold, and we're going to paint things like the flamer nozzle and any other metallic elements that we want to have this brassy gold colour. I'm also going to do the wings on all of the blast shields with this colour as well. And then we're going to take some Nuln Oil and we're going to wash this all over the area. Now, I was a little bit remiss. I let it pool a little too heavily, particularly on the flamer nozzle. So I did have to go and fix it with some Balthasar Gold. Don't have too much on your brush. You want to keep control of this. When that's completely dry, we'll go in and add some of the heat burn effect on the nozzle. So the first thing I do is take a little bit of black Templar contrast paint and just pop this right on the end of the nozzle. I'm then going to take some Leviathan Purpke contrast paint and paint this into the black Templar. So this is all happening at the same time. I'm not letting things dry. I'm just going to feather the edges in so I have black into purple. And finally, I'm going to add a little bit of Talassar Blue and I'm going to blend this into the Leviathan Purple as well. Now, don't worry if you mess this up. You can just start again once it's completely dry by just putting some Balthasar Gold in. Similarly, you can just stipple some Balthasar Gold into the end to help the blend. But the key is that you're working with wet paint. So once it dries, you should have a nice transition. To add a little bit of a highlight, I'm going in with some Sycorax Bronze and generally just pulling this along the shape of the model. When it comes to the vents on the flamer nozzle, I'm just going to catch the bottom, but I'm going to do this all the way along through the muzzle burn so that you get a nice bright highlight. For all of the weapon casing and any cables and indeed any other elements that you want to be black, I'm just taking some Abaddon Black and painting this all over the areas. Now, most of them will still be Chaos Black, but if you have spilt when you've been painting other elements, now's a good time to tidy them up. The first highlight that I'm going to do is with Eshin Grey, and I'm going to just drag my brush along the sharp elements here, because generally all of the parts that are going to be black are actually quite angular anyway, so this will give you a nice highlight. Don't worry if it's a little bit too thick, because that'll help us in the next stage. If you do need to go back in with some Abaddon Black to tidy up, though, that's absolutely fine as well. The final highlight on all the black elements is going to be with Dawnstone, and again, nice tip on your brush, not too much paint, and we're just going to drag it along the model, making sure that we keep it inside the Eshin Grey from the previous step. And once we've worked our way all across the model, that's the majority of the weapons finished. We've just got the accessories to do. So for any bedrolls or accessories like that, the thing I'm going to do is base them all with Zandri Dust. Now this is nice and easy and straightforward, and it's exactly the same way that I base the accessories and the backpacks on the Krieg troopers as well. So just make sure that you've got a nice even coverage here. Then I'm going to take some Seraphim Sepia and wash this across those Zandri Dust areas, making sure that it settles in the recesses, but not that it pools or goes on too heavily, because that just makes it harder to cover up and paint the next couple of steps. The first thing to do is re-establish that Zandri Dust, leaving the Seraphim Sepia in all of the recesses, and this will give you some nice definition on the model and certainly in some of those folds as well. Finally, we'll take some Screaming Skull and we'll use this to highlight along the edges of all of that cloth. So what we're looking to do is drag the brush across them where we can, and where we can't do that, we're just looking to very carefully place those highlights into situ. For all of the leather straps, the first thing we'll do is base them using Rhinox Hide. Now this is a nice dark brown, and it is worth emphasizing here to be very careful that you don't spill it on the Zandri Dust or brighter bone colors you've already finished. We'll highlight that leather using Doombull Brown. So we're looking to leave the Rhinox Hide in the recesses and just catch all of the raised areas using Doombull. And this is kind of the mid-tone of all of the leather strapping. We'll finish that up using a sharp highlight of Skrag Brown. Now just take your time with this, drag your brush along the edges if you can, and that should give you a nice highlight to all of your leather. And there we have it, a weapons team ready to take to the battlefield. Now, like I said, I painted the gunners exactly the same way that I painted all of my Krieg infantry. You can check out that video here. And if you've also got some heavier artillery, you can check out this video here as well. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and a comment down below. I'll see you next time.